Hello everyone and welcome to my channel again. We are here for another weekly journal. My name is Catalina and I'm the person behind by Katerina Designs. In today's video we have some interesting things to discuss. I will share with you some of my experience on how I turned this hobby into a business, because last time I was telling you how I started this because Maureen was asking, was curious about it, and now I want to give you, because also Maureen, I hope that I pronounced correctly the name, feels like she needs to do something more with this hobby, that she finds crochet as something that she wants to do, and she wants to know how to transform this hobby into a business, to bring it to another level, to start earning money with it, why not, and so on. So I will share a bit of my experience about that, what I think that are the most important steps into getting there, into earning money, because somehow this is the end point of it. To consider it a business or a job, you need to have an income out of it. So I will share with you a bit of that, and then of course I will show you what I was working on this week and what are my plans for the future week. So yeah, let's just get started. Okay, so let's talk a bit about designing. Maureen was right. I think I can talk about it long and for a long time, for a long hours, let's just say. And this is because I never thought that I should structure my experience into some steps that anyone that wants to be a designer might follow, and find everything that it's easier this way. And I was thinking about it, and many people told me that I need to share my knowledge, and not only to share but to basically to sell my knowledge, because this is what it's all about. But somehow I think I took small steps into this, and it was a lot of trial and error. And I think I said it in another weekly journal, that I will do it in the same way if I will have to start it all over. I don't know, for me it was a wonderful journey. Maybe it looks like I evolved slowly, maybe it looks like it was fast, I don't know, but the thing is that all the steps that I took helped me discover myself, helped me to have more confidence in myself, and that's why I'm saying that I don't want to have a different story. So yeah, but let's get back to designing. So first of all, when you want to transform this into a business, you need to think of your hobby as a business. I was afraid to do that because I was thinking that if I will thinking as a business, then the passion, the pleasure won't be there anymore. Because yeah, when you need to do it not only for pleasure but for many other things, then it might become like more stressful, and I didn't want it that. And I prolonged this thinking as a business, or thinking as being my job, for a long time. And actually it happened when it clicked. It happened when I was making a space in the attic that I called my working space, because until then I only had like on the couch or everywhere in the house. So when I had my small corner there with my stuff, with a desk, with my laptop, with the yarn, with everything, then I just started to feel like, oh, I'm working. I don't know if it makes sense. So maybe start with that. I will suggest to start with that, even if it's a hobby, to have your little corner somewhere. It doesn't need to be a big space, even if it's in the living room, but try to have, I don't know, a shelf with a bit of yarn, or try to have a table where you put your basket with your whips. So try to have a corner that is called your working space, because this will help you to, I'm going to work, I'm going and to set up like this, that you're actually working and not doing something just for leisure. Then you'll need to start with thinking as a business. So you'll need to start to think as at a business name. So you'll have to think that this will be like forever, because it's or until you'll do that. Because then it's difficult to identify yourself as someone different in case you want to change that name. Personally, I don't like by Katerina designs or by Katerina, but I don't like it now. But at that point, it was the only thing that came into my head, and I think I said it before, it's Katerina is how my husband is calling me. It's like a nickname. So I said, okay, let's just use this name. But after all, I think that it's, I don't know, with this, if I had to choose a name like today, maybe I would choose something different. And then try to make an account on every social media, because you'll need social media to for marketing, to let people know about you, and so on. So make an account. When I'm saying to try to find a business name, is not the thing that you should register as a business, not yet. You should do that for your after having some income, you will have to do that so you can pay taxes and so on. But for now, just think as your entity as a business, and start from there. And if you already have social media or something account, just try to make another one. Don't change the previous one, just start it over with what you want to do, just publishing or posting about crochet or about your business. And I do recommend to have everywhere the same name. So on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever you would like to do, to have the same name, so people could identify you easier. Oh, this is that girl that I saw that made that. Then after you have this, I think, and it was what I was doing, well, I was starting from the beginning with website, with YouTube account, with social media. So when I started, I just made it all. But I don't think you need to start like that. So first you need your social media, because there is where people find you and people see you and where people see your work. And with building your website and so on, maybe you can do it a bit later. Okay, now that you have all the social media, now that you have all the accounts, you need to start designing. And to design, I think you need to find your style, basically, because it's very important to identify yourself with something. There are so many crochet designers, there are people out there, but if you're putting at least the ones that you follow and something, and you put the pieces that they design, people that are following them can name that, oh, this, I think it's this sweater was made by, this sweater was made by, because it's something that identifies in the design with that designer. So I think this is important. I cannot tell what identifies myself really, because my mind is always changing and I have different ideas and I'm coming there and there. but my niche is like garments. So this is what I love to do. And uh, and I'm thinking that I should even niche down, because from garments there are so many things that you can do. Or you can niche down, for example, as construction, as colors, as techniques, as different things. So I didn't try that because back then there weren't so many designers, and I think that crochet evolves really, really, really so much in the in the past few years. But I'm thinking to do it right now, but now it's more difficult and easy in the same way, because somehow I have a community already, so I can try different styles, different things, because yeah, I can do this stuff right now. But if you're at the beginning, I think that it will be much easier for you to be seen, to be known, if you kind of take a small piece from this crochet world, and this is what you're gonna do. Even if it's a color, even if it's a technique, if you want to make garments, I mean, you can of course go for accessories if you want, go for home decor if you want, if this is what you like. And when it comes to garments, I think it will be easier to go for something, for a specific thing, for a niche. For example, you can design top-down sweater. You can design a drop shoulder sweater, and do play with stitches. You can design lace. You can design colors. You can design only with leftovers, so, or colors, or find a color palette that you find it beautiful, and you recognize yourself in that, and I don't know, go for it. Go for natural fibers, go for affordable fibers. I mean, this find that something that will help you to stand out, and to be your style. But this needs to be like right now. And always don't try to overthinking, because this is my problem. Even right now I'm trying to niche down, because I'm doing basically what is coming to garments. I'm doing everything or I want to do everything. But and I'm thinking that it would be a good idea to identify myself with something. And even now I find it difficult, because my brain somehow wants to make so many things, and I have so many ideas that I find it difficult. And while you have a lot of knowledge, and you know that you can do that, and you can do that, and you can see I don't know, into the photos, oh, I could do that, it's becoming even harder when you don't have that much knowledge about crochet and about designing that. Then it might be easier, because you won't have too many things that you want to make. Okay, so, but don't overthinking. If you find it difficult to find that thing, it's important to start from somewhere. And when you start, then you will see that idea after idea, idea after idea. The previous design will inspire to make the second one, and so on. Then you will need, if you want to make garments, you will need to start making samples, and of course to have that content, to have that products, to have that patterns. So you will be able to promote them, and to market them, and then to sell them. So to be that, after making the sample, you'll need to know how to write the pattern. And for writing patterns, I think I told it before. And for now, the more easier to use, and looking more professional. And I think it's a paid version, but I don't think it's that much. You can use Canva. I'm not promoting Canva as being affiliate or something, but really I saw that many of the designers are doing the templates for their patterns, and with the template it's easier, because then you will be sure that you're not missing something in your next pattern that you want to write. And you can try to search on Etsy, because there are crochet designers that already sell this template, and you can buy one of those templates. It would be really easier for you to have a start, to know from where to start, and then to try to prepare your template and adding your own style into it. A template will help you because every time you'll write a pattern, it will be your etiquette. Someone will see a pattern, will know that is you. So it's important to write your pattern in the same way. I don't have them all because I started with Word. I started with Word having also a cover, so it was like a transition after transition, because I have to be honest, I didn't know that you could write something in something different in a different software than Word. So this is where I started. Okay, so now that you, and of course to make that temple, and if you buy it, is even simple, because you can see the chapters or something that the pattern needs to have, and with that you can start to fill in and so on. If you're making garments, then it's another thing that you should know to grade, because you will want to make the pattern available for multiple sizes. So you will need to start to learn that. There are some I think there are some things out there about grading a pattern. There are already designers that are doing this kind of stuff, explaining how to do that, but you will need to know a bit of math to be able to do that. And of course you can use the Yarn Council standard measurements for woman, man, and children's body, and with that you can have in mind that you're a fabric designer. Basically you're doing the fabric, and to transform those measurements in the stitches and rows that you're making just to create that garment. And try to work for grading, even try to go for easier construction at first. I have to say that it's not important how difficult is a pattern as looking, as creating, as something. It can be something simple, but in the end to look like it's really complicated, or it's intrigued. People can be intrigued and want to make that because it has an interesting stitch pattern, because it has an interesting drape. So don't fool yourself about because this is what I was doing in the beginning, that you will stand up if the pattern is more complicated, because it's not like that. You're not trying to convince people how good are you in crochet and how difficult things you can make. It's just the people that will want and feel confident to make what you design. So try to start, because this will be easier for you even to grade and so on. So start with simple designs. Now, my focus right now is, of course, besides the things that I found it challenging, because I need that in my life as I am as a designer and as a person. That's why I started to make that circle dress, all because a friend asked me if I can do it, and I said, of course. So I needed to make it work. But because I love this kind of challenges right now, but it's nothing wrong to go for now with simple construction, maybe simple stitches or simple stitches pattern, like pattern repeats, that in the end will look nice and if everything is put together. But my focus is to make that garment, even using simple stitches like single crochet, half double crochet or something, but to make it look like it's not the old crochet stuff. I don't know, maybe this is my style, because I am getting this comments every time, because I'm looking crochet like it's not crochet, so making crochet looking modern or wearable or something like that. So this is kind of my focus, but it doesn't have to be yours. You need to find your own way. And then when you figure out everything and you have that pattern in your hand, of course, after making your sample, after doing the math, you can use testers. I tried with testers like this year 2 times with 2 of my sweaters, but I have to say that the testing process is really I had amazing tester. They did a great job. I'm not complaining about the tester team or about this. It's just my time and how I'm managing to prepare the sample, to prepare the pattern, to go for tester, to go to be there to help them. I don't feel like I have the time, and it's really stressful for me. So that's why for a period I think I will stop this tester thing, because I don't feel really confident to do that, because it's really stressful and everything is stressful. I'm trying to put it away. Okay, so yeah, and then after having a pattern, of course you'll need to go and create your shop. You can sell patterns in Etsy, Ravelry, Lovecraft. There are I think there are other platforms like I can't remember right now, it was a new one. So you can find all those platforms that where you can sell patterns, and then to create an account and to start to publish your patterns over there. It won't be easy to make sales from the beginning, but you need to have great marketing. You can use Pinterest for that. I think it's a better way too, because it's like a searching engine and it will be easier to be found there, but it won't happen in the first few months after you post it there. Then you can use Facebook groups, because there are still a lot of Facebook groups about crochet where you can share your links, you can share your photos, and maybe people will go there and try to see what it's all about. And yeah, it won't be easy, because now with all these social platforms, they are really getting me nuts every time. So with their algorithm, with everything, so it will be difficult to build up your community, but you need to be patient of that. And of course, while you're creating this community, to keep working and keep improving your skills. And yeah, so anyways, if you have any questions about this, or specific questions, I don't know, there are people I will prefer to write me an email, because it will be easier this way. I will put my email over here somewhere to just be easier for you to reach out. Okay, so because I talked so much about the designing process, I think we will make this triangle into the next week, because I want to show you also what I was working on, and I don't want to make it a too long video. So in the meantime, maybe I will finish the sides, and you can see the bag next week, and then we can start working on it. This bag tutorial will be as an individual tutorial as well, so if you don't have time to follow along in the weekly journals, then you can watch the video tutorial as when it will be done. So now that we won't have this video in today's video, we will start talking about what I was working on this week. Okay, so first thing first, I finished the Merselle sweater, the second sample, which will now become will become an individual pattern and also a video tutorial. I'm super happy with this I don't know, top, because it's so light and so nice to feel. For this one, this sample, for the other sample I used merino and silk mix, and it was DK weight. For this one I use DK weight cotton. Unfortunately I cannot share the brand and the type of yarn yet because I told you that it's not released. Anyways, the DK cotton yarn, and I use for the sweater a 5.5mm crochet hook because I want it to be nice and drapey and to feel nice on your body. So you should play with your gauge. If you're not used to work with a bigger crochet hook than the one recommended, you need to find your tension, and it's better to work a bigger gauge swatch and to train your tension, because when working with a bigger crochet hook than you are used to for the yarn weight, it's important to keep your tension constant, because otherwise some stitches will be bigger, smaller, and so on. And if you want them to be nice and even, it's better to practice with your tension and see how you will feel better to do it. The next thing, another thing that I will start working on this pattern, because there are a few adjustments to make, and then I need to edit the video tutorials, and maybe next week I will be able to do that. Another thing that I made, because you know that I showed you that I bought a 5mm macrame cord, and I wanted to make backpack for my daughter. I was starting with a base, and then I was thinking that I want something for myself. So I kind of recycle a shopper bag, which I put it inside, and accept the base, the oval base, and the 2 rows at the end of the bag. This is I work it with my fingers. So I had that, and basically I have a short, I will put a link somewhere over here, and I worked the single crochet rows and basically then stretch the bag like this to make the stitches to get closer to each other and to create these loops in between the rows. So you can do that, because someone asked me on my Instagram account why I use my fingers and not a bigger crochet hook. My biggest crochet hook is 15mm, and I think I will need a bigger one for this. But anyways, you can use a bigger crochet hook, but just to let your loops or stitches looser. And if you don't have the stitches that loose, this will mean that this braid over here will be smaller, so it's not a big deal, I think. Okay, another thing that I finished, it was the dress, the black dress. I didn't bring it here to show it to you because I have 2 cats, and that is black, and all the cat fur is getting on the dress, and I already block it and wash it, so I'm keeping it safe in a drawer, just to make sure that it will be nice and lovely for the photo shoot as first, because I want to take some photos with it and then to give it away to my friend. So, but I finished it. I managed to weave in all the ends. I block it, wash it, everything is done with it. I think I said it before, but I think that Schepe Katon wasn't the best choice as a yarn, because that yarn is really stiff and my tension is different, even if I'm working, even if it's like fingering weight yarn, cotton yarn, but because it's that stiff, I find it difficult to have the same, it's not that that I don't know, it's stronger, it's made to for amigurumis in to be used. So it's not like really for garments, or not that type of garment when you need to have the all the stitches to flow and be drapey. So, and because of that, I kind of end up with longer sleeves, which I don't mind, is nice, but they are up to here. They are working okay with this type of dress, but yeah, I think that in another sample it will look different. I have some progress with wrap pants. So I managed to work in a length. I still have a few because I want full length for this pants. So I still have like 20 rows to work. And then I will start with the other side. I can't wait to finish this because they are really nice. And look, this is the type of yarn that I'm talking about. This is also from Scrapier, but it's the bamboo soft. And look at this drape. So it feels different, it's soft, it's everything, it's perfect. So I think that I didn't make the best choice with that yarn, but anyways. And another thing that I started to make, talking about the dress, I started to work on some circles, and I want to film the video tutorial and think about the pattern and how to make it work for bigger sizes. And I was thinking that making the circles first, it will be easier. For this particular sample, because I have the gray one as well that I need to finish, and that one was picked up by another friend of mine that said, oh, make that for me, I love it. So yeah, it's nice that I still have time until the summer vacation to finish that. So I started for the one that it might be my sample to actually wear, to start with using leftover yarn. This yarn from Konki, I think I have it, they gave it to me a few years ago, and I started this cake to use it for the Dorea vest, the leftover one. It was the variegated yarn that I was holding together with the other strands of yarn just to give a nice effect to the yarn, and I said that it would be an idea to just start using for this dress. And I'm curious to see what other colors to put. And maybe because I will join the circles into the last round, maybe I will use the same color for joining. I'll see what it will be. But for now I have, I think, 10 circles here for the full length with longer sleeve. I counted and I used 57 on the black dress because that is the one finished. So I still have so many circles to do, but I'm trying in the evening when I have a bit of time to just make one circle. I made the you know, when you want to know how much time it took you, I'm getting that question all the time. I think it's because of people who are trying to charge for and selling the finished stuff to just see how much time it will take to be able to have a price, or maybe they are interested in knowing how much time it will take just to know if they will finish in time for something, for some event or something. So I tried to calculate that. So I am finishing one circle in about 14 minutes. I don't know, maybe I'm not that fast in these circles. It doesn't look like a big one, but yeah, so 14 minutes, and calculated in 57 circles, motifs that I need to make. So it will take me a while, especially if I'm not making them every day. So yeah, and that was it. what I was working on this week. So I have two finished projects, which is the demersal sweater, well, three: the demersal sweater, the dress, and this cute bag, that beach bag that I made it over here. And yeah, this is kind of what I was doing on this week. I feel like the times fly really fast because I don't know, my daughter started to have um, a few extra schools activities, so I need to drop her, pick her up, and so on. So I'm always like, I was talking with a friend, and she was doing the same with her daughter, and she said, I'm feeling like a driver because you need to go back and forth, pick her up, drop her to different places. So yeah, I think because of that, my working days are becoming shorter, which is not a good thing. Well, but it's a good thing in a way, because this is what I wish for: to be more flexible, to be able to be there for her when she needs, to let her do whatever and try whatever she wants, because I think this is the age when she needs to to try everything. And I'm filming this on Thursday, on 30 of March, and tomorrow, 31st, is my daughter's birthday, and we are going to Germany for a short vacation. I will tell you more about it, because Saturday, when you'll see this video, I will be in Köln, Germany, um, um, for an event, because I was invited there by Long Yarns to meet them and to talk with them about their yarns, about their collection, yarn collection, and so on. So I said that it will be nice to be able to meet people face by face. And while I was looking for the exhibitors that it will be there, I don't know if I pronounced correctly, I saw that I have a friend from Romania, which I didn't know that. My mom told me, yeah, they are really, in the past when I was knitting, crocheting, they were doing this type of yarn and this and this, and I was really surprised to see them, that they will be there, and I think I will jump on their stand and tell them who I am, what I'm doing, and that I will be so happy and excited to meet them in Germany trade fair. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for this weekend. I will share with you more, of course, next week in the next week journal. But for now, I think I am done for today. I'm jumping over because I need to go to buy some stuff to decorate and make a surprise for my daughter tomorrow. And yeah, I wish you have a nice and great weekend, because you will see this on Saturdays, I hope. And if you have any questions about designing, about some other things, don't forget to use the link below, or comments, or whatever you like. I would try to pay attention to every question that you're putting, even in the comments. And Lindsay, sorry for not starting this today, but I promise you that I will we will start working on it next week. I was not thinking in the beginning that this designing talking will take me that much, so, but yeah, don't worry, we will start working on it. Okay, so thank you so much for being here, and see you next week. Bye.